This is my experience on the night of 3rd and 4th of August 2024. In this experience, I found myself in a warehouse. In the brightly lemon-colored lit space, there were many 5-liter transparent jars filled with different jelly liquid mixed like Japanese-style desserts. Some of them were one color textured, while others were multicolored and multi-textured. One of the two persons who were acting as my friends in this experience and who brought me to the warehouse was the one who claimed to produce the jars with the sweets. He encouraged me to choose and taste the ones I liked. There was no limitation to what I could choose. If I wanted, I could taste all of them. Since I didn't like anything creamy or milky, I tried to avoid the thick white colored ones. I decided to open a brightly green jar and taste its contents. It was interesting to say the least. Then I tried a multi-textured dark green one with white sponge. This tasted even better. The green jelly was made from a kiwi fruit. At the back of the big room, there was some small amount of jars, another small amount of jars, which were looking more attractive. I asked about the blueberry jelly, and my friend immediately pointed at the purple jar. I opened and tasted the content, which so far was the most satisfying. I definitely could sense that the jars at the back were the best ones for special occasions, people. This was part of the 3 real experiences in one night. Unfortunately, my mind did not allow the other two to come through to the physical level once I woke up. I just vaguely remember prior to the warehouse experience, I had another one where I was looking for a room to rent and move in, like in the current passing dream. At the moment, we have to move out with my wife from the place we lived for 14 years. Then, between the tasting the desserts at the front and the better quality ones at the back, I had another in the big room in the warehouse. I had another one which I do not recall either. So that's my uh, e- experience on the 3rd and 4th of August 2024.
Okay, those are fun. Thank you, Nikolay. That's fun. The view is that the warehouse basically represents the earth, like the earth consciousness, because this is what the earth is. It's basically a big warehouse, and warehouse is also referred to the business world. And so what I see is that what you're tasting, I'm assuming, is something that's all natural, like you referred to kiwi. And these were supposedly Japanese people producing this. Is that right?
Actually, no, I didn't recall the people looking like Japanese. Just the
Oh,
desserts remind me in this passing dream, Japanese desserts, or that was the idea, kind of jellies, but not the unhealthy gummy jellies, but it's kind of a liquid dessert or like a real jelly dessert. Normally, Japanese people do this, but in this in this experience, they didn't look like Japanese. No.
oh, okay, okay. So you're familiar with this, whatever they were showing you.
Uh, well, kind of. I'm familiar with the type of dessert. I was just amazed of the enormous amount of variety. I don't know why I was shown this. As I said, it was part of the 3 experiences, but I don't recall the others. So that
Yeah,
was the one I did remember.
yeah, that's okay. So it's just giving you a little hint there as to something. Now, I would say look at your own life and how this relates to your own life because you seem to be familiar with this. And again, it's in the big warehouse. So it's something you might say dealing with the world. Now, if it's all natural, that's a reference too, isn't it? It's something that is good for people or whatever. But I'm not familiar with what you're describing there. It sounds like it's possibly something fermented. Would that be right?
It could be used, it could be used some fermentation, but normally the Japanese jellies are made from sugar. They don't contain any fat. So if you eat them in a small quantity, they're not too bad. It's just sugary made. Normally they could be created from a real fruit. I particularly like the Japanese sakura, which is the cherry, typical Japanese cherry. So you've got a jelly made from real fruit. Yes.
Okay. All right. So again, I would look at that because we also present, you know, things that help people, with their health and whatever, so they're okay while they're going through this process here. So, but again, I'm not sure what that is. You seem to be familiar with this, so I would take a look at, what's kind of going
I
on there. Yeah, go ahead.
I wouldn't say they're something healthy, but they're not unhealthy as if you eat a European cake, for example, which is a mixture of sugar and fat, and that will
Right.
be less healthy for sure. But that especially I'm sorry, I'm speaking. I know a little bit because my wife is Japanese, and I know, and I've eaten in my life, even as a diabetic, which I shouldn't eat too much sugary things. I've eaten probably more Japanese dessert than anyone normal person would. So yeah, I know a little bit of them. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so there's your reference also, and that is that yes, we get hooked on the sweets, and then we start to have situations with our body, etc. I replace everything by natural honeys or molasses, myself, mainly natural honeys, because that's very, very good for you, and no processed sugars at all, not even little bits. Don't touch the stuff anymore. Because again, I went through processing when I was young and I used to get sore throats all the time. And I realized that it was the sugar destroying my immune system. So the sugars are very detrimental, especially today. They're synthetics, they're mainly laboratory sugars that are used in most sweeteners, and even the so called sugar free stuff is really bad because that's Splenda or aspartame. That stuff's really bad. This is what's causing all the problems that people have, and they go to the doctor and they take more pills. It gets worse. So it's all nuts. But anyhow, that this could also refer to that, showing you that, oh, whoa, I like these tastes and whatever, but maybe it's a wake up for you to realize that these things, even though you like the taste, this is where many people are mind framed too, thinking that, well, it tastes good, so it must be good. But no, not necessarily. And we're in a commercial world that's really very dastardly and bad and deceptive. And I would suggest watching some videos for anybody because there's so much garbage in everything, plastic in your cheese, whatever, just goes on. And it's hard to select. I'm really amazed that we're still here, but and China produces plastic rice and other things too, noodles and cabbages and whatever, plastic foods. And again, you're seeing what's going on here. So you have that side of it also. So again, you're shown certain things, and again, the warehouse represents the world consciousness and what's going on there. Things are made to taste good, and it's like, oh, come and try this. See, it's all created for taste. It's not about the ingredients that are healthy so much. It's about taste. And this is where everything is manufactured taste. Okay. So they're even creating meat with 3D printers, etc., because it's all about taste and texture. So again, you have some views there to look at what's going on and relating to your personal life as it is. And the number five there refers to, if you're referring to five of something, that refers to your five bodies, you see? And so they're all being affected by these things. So again, this is where you explore and you figure it out and you decide. And everybody's going through this. So we have to deal with the world. So we need to learn to be, like super soldiers and just figure things out and protect ourselves too. Because even though something looks good or it sounds good or whatever, just like the pharmaceutical commercials where it's like, oh, just take this pill and you'll feel great. Not so. This world is nuts. Yeah, we need to pay attention. And yes, thank you for sharing.